Hey everybody. I guess you're wondering what I'm doing down here in Florida. Well, I'm going on a Star Trek cruise. What's a Star Trek cruise, you say? Well, you're about to find out. I think this is my boat, the Vaughn Dam. I'm gonna go on board now, see if I can do some Vaughn damage.
CruiseTrek log, stardate 211107.3. What do those numbers mean anyway? My 7-day mission? To coexist with and investigate the behavior and rituals of over 200 Star Trek fans on a floating convention in the Caribbean. Approaching vessel Holland America Vaughn Dam. Length, 250 meters, 561 crew, and capable of transporting over 1,200 passengers. My first duty? Report to the captain.
You're the captain of the boat with the cruise trekkers. Have you encountered any of them, and how have they been for you?
I have. Well, they've all been very nice.
What do you do if somebody misbehaves?
Well, we have a place called the Break, which is like a prison, and it's down below deck, so we have no hesitation in putting people down there if required.
I'm going to take note of that. We have to behave ourselves.
Having reported to the bridge, I decided to check out the inner workings of this fine vessel. Destination? Engineering, to check on the status of our dilithium crystals.
How much fuel does a ship like this use on a journey of the length that we're on?
Well, 1 week we use about, I would say, 160 to 180,000 gallons.
Note to self, no dilithium crystals. To investigate the rest of the boat, I needed a guide.
Like, hey, the lovely and talented Chase Masterson.
John
Do you mind
Llyr.
taking me on a little tour and showing me what's on the boat?
I can think of nothing better.
All right, let's go.
For our first stop, one of the many bars on board.
Bar, eh? Listen, Chase, why don't you continue the tour? Go on ahead, and I'll catch up with you, okay?
This is the Lido pool, one of the 2 pools on board. There are lots of different eating options on the ship. There's buffet dining, and fine dining, and of course, shopping, the casino, another bar, and more shopping. And yet another bar. This is the theater for their lavish productions. Go on. And finally, the bow.
I'm liking the scenery already. Oh, I mean this sunset. Having completed my ship's tour, it was time to meet my fellow cruise trekkers, all 200 of them. These cruise trekkers represent a wide range of inhabitants from the planet Earth, including Australians, Britons, Germans, Americans, and Canadians. These brave folks have signed on to mingle with the stars and boldly party like they've never partied before, a feat which was accomplished at the opening night festivities ritual.
You're in for one hell of a time.
Seasoned Star Trek veterans on hand to welcome the Trekker cadets included Robert Picardo, emergency medical hologram extraordinaire from Star Trek Voyager. Casey Biggs, evil Cardassian turned revolutionary Savior Damar from Deep Space Nine.
I'm gonna shout, I got the blues.
Vaughn Armstrong, record holder for playing 11 different characters on Trek, including his current role, Admiral Forrest. Ethan Phillips, who portrayed Neelix, good-natured morale officer and ambassador from Voyager. And, of course, the lovely and talented Chase Masterson, everybody's favorite Dabo girl Lita from Deep Space Nine. It was at this location that I discovered what makes a cruise trek different from standard landlocked conventions.
That velvet rope that usually separates us from them doesn't exist.
Some cruise trekkers were seasoned veterans of the cruise mission.
Is this your first cruise trek, or have you been in many of these as well?
Actually, it's our 7th. This is my 3rd cruise.
This is my 4th or 5th one.
I think it's the 3rd or 4th. I kind of lose count.
Hi.
Experienced travelers or not, they were all rabid fans of Star Trek.
What's your favorite Star Trek series?
The original series.
The original series.
Next Generation, of course.
Deep Space Nine. Next Generation.
Voyager. Next Generation.
Have you got a favorite line of dialogue?
Well, everybody's favorite is, he's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. Make it so.
Post-festivities, the mission officially began. Difficult and back-breaking duties included hanging by the pool, eating, there seemed to be a great deal of this going on, and gazing at the Caribbean. Added to our responsibilities was attending Trek-themed events throughout the voyage, including strange games of skill to test the mental dexterity of those involved. Mind-warping games. like Pictionary.
Bingo!
Some participants excelled at it.
Wormhole!
Others needed more intensive training.
You know,
A trekker's interpersonal skills were also tested during team games, where some of the questions, shall we say, failed to challenge.
What did your wife say was your favorite Trek character? Casey?
Leggett DeMar.
DeMar.
See, I told you. But if you really wanted to test your mettle, the many Trek trivia contests were where you could earn your pips.
What lie did Gul Madred try to get Picard to accept?
Including a massive 55-question trivia supernova to separate the Vulcans from the Packlids. This one, surprisingly, concluded in a tie. My duty as resident smartass required that I solve this dilemma.
To break the tie, what is Captain Kirk's brother's name?
Sam.
It's Sam. What's his full name?
George Samuel.
George Samuel Kirk, you got it. Joanna's a champion. We just crowned her as the full-time champion.
But it wasn't all fun and games. It was time to get down to some exploration.
Okay, I'm on my first away mission here in beautiful Key West, Florida, and already I've lost everybody. Where do you suppose I'd find cruise trekkers in Key West? Let me see.
As I searched for my fellow trekkers, it was here I discovered not a strange new civilization, but strange new transportation.
Oh, hey, is the montage done already?
Eventually, I managed to find my elusive away team, not surprisingly, in a local drinking establishment.
Who are you with?
CruiseTrek!
Some people confused our mission with shore leave.
We're just wasting away in Margaritaville.
It's a beautiful thing.
We also collected some data on local history.
When I was at Hemingway's house earlier today, I saw a former urinal from the Sloppy Joe bar. Apparently, when they renovated the bathrooms and put all the urinals on the street, Hemingway said, "I pissed away enough money here, I deserve to have one of these things for free."
That's what you want to spend your money on a tour, I think.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I would take a urinal. It's just hard to get through airport security nowadays carrying an old urinal.
And back on board, Robert gave us some personal data.
Yes, I originally auditioned for Neelix, mostly because it was a bigger part, and because they didn't tell you how much makeup was involved.
And I auditioned for the Doctor.
Mm-hmm. This is a true story. I tested for Neelix, and I didn't know at the time that Ethan was my competition, and he got the part, and then they asked me to come back and read for the Doctor.
As well as holding actor panel discussions, Robert and Ethan also performed a number of plays featuring their Voyager characters. In this scene, the Doctor tries to beam himself to Neelix's house.
He thinks he knows what the problem is, and that he feels confident that he can help Alex. Now let me speak to Alex, okay?
I can't get out of here.
We were also treated to Robert performing a strange alien ritual known as karaoke.
Now, lasting friends to ride, tears I cannot hide. Oh!
These things are a lot of fun because they're a big family, and you see people that you've seen on previous ones. Everyone's there to have a good time. You have the bond of the science fiction world to bring you together and give you something to talk about, but people talk about everything, and it's really a group of friends getting together, and the actors, especially those that have been on cruises before, become part of the extended family.
CruiseTrek Log Supplemental. Additional entry from Sloppy Joe's.
What's your favorite part about CruiseTrek?
Your pajama party.
Stop, Kevin!
Coming up next, a pajama party? CruiseTrek Log, stardate 211108.6. Hey, isn't that my phone number? Continuing my mission to explore this high-seas Star Trek convention, next assignment, attend a ritual known as a pajama party, hosted by Chase Masterson and longtime Trek script coordinator Lolita Faggio.
Fan favorite, okay.
Being an alien to this pajama party custom, I was unsure what I would encounter, but I observed people indulging in refreshments, fingernail painting, games such as spin the bottle, and photography. A best pajama contest was held, and for some unknown reason, I won. Strangely, no one else was in their Starfleet uniform. Most wore pirate accoutrements. Some cultures I'll never understand. I can't say I didn't enjoy the prize, however. I did get into a pair of Chase's pajamas.
It fits like a glove.
So perfect.
Shockingly enough, my bedwear victory wasn't the highlight of the evening. A perplexing challenge known as Truth or Dare ensued.
I have dared Vaughn to ride Trenton's motorcycle through the dessert buffet.
Like the true adventurer he is, Vaughn accepted the challenge, and off he went. Until he hit an impediment. Hostile non-Trek adversaries occupied the territory ahead.
I don't want to get in trouble.
But you dared me.
I know.
He was not deterred, and was never seen again. CruiseTrek log supplemental. I lied. Vaughn was later seen at a variety of events, including this actor panel.
How many Cardassians have you played?
2.
2?
I have played 2 Cardassians, 3 Klingons, a Borg, a Romulan, a Vidian, a Hirogen. You know, I've been the whole food chain.
Vaughn also accompanied us on another of our critical away missions.
Okay, here we are on another away mission. I think this is planet Belize, and we're about to go on some sort of cave tubing expedition. Vaughn, what do you suggest we do on this away mission? What's your advice?
Would you want advice now?
Oh, I need it now.
I don't know, man.
This water's damn cold.
I was hoping you had some. Because, I don't know.
This adventure required some special equipment. Pressurized swimming trunks, a luminescent cube, and a large oxygen tube. We boldly ventured forth to examine the area's fauna, eerily reminiscent of Earth's Central American rainforest. Note to self, this is a perfect example of Hodgkin's law of parallel planet development. It became obvious during this trek that some required more oxygen than others.
I've always been a sucker for a pretty smile.
As with every away mission, this expedition was fraught with potential peril.
I think we're lost.
In this case, a dead end with only one way out. Quick thinking called for clever improvisation. The portable O2 storage rings proved adaptable for buoyancy transportation, and our intrepid team was soon traveling down a raging alien river of death into intriguing subterranean geological formations, a custom known by the local inhabitants as cave tubing.
You know, I have never done anything quite this cool. This is bad. We are about as bad gets.
Our survival was in as much doubt as the outcome of a 2-part season-ender episode.
That's good. I can make it. I'm strong. I'm going the wrong way.
Needless to say, we were renewed.
I made it through relatively unscathed. I think I have a cut thumb, and my ankle is kind of wonky because the guy spun me right into the rock right off the top. I'm gonna have to find Belize's lawyer and start a lawsuit. How did you do?
You know, I didn't get a single scratch, no bumps, no nothing. It was sheer paradise. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
These actors, they live a charmed life.
Hidden talents in these Trek actors abounded. And like Mr. Spock with his Vulcan lyre, or Captain Picard with his Catanian flute, Vaughn and Casey were also musically inclined.
I got the Enterprise blues, blue as I can be. Wow! You took off into space and you took off without me. Oh, come on, give me a forehead, put me back on TV.
Casey also shared some of his Trek experiences.
I went up to the director, Alan Craker, who was a wonderful guy. I said, listen, Alan, I can't get killed by some nondescript Jem'Hadar. He said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to have a John Woo death. So he said, okay, go ahead, do. What do you want to do? So I staged my whole death. My chest explodes. I take out 15 Jem'Hadar. I die in Garrick's arms, and I say, and this is not written in the script, I say, keep.
A very intelligent reading, Casey.
We also joined him and his lovely wife on an away mission to Guatemala.
All right, Casey, this was your idea to get on the boat and come here. Where are we? What are we doing here?
We are in Livingston. It's a little island right off of the main land of Guatemala.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we try to do every time we go to an interesting place, we try to get off of the beaten path.
Right.
And find some real local cuisine and eat.
So we got any idea where that's going to be?
We have no idea.
It was here I learned how mechanically inclined Casey was.
Work?
We'll find out when he gets halfway down. Here he goes! Look at that! Oh!
Or so I thought.
It's a good thing, Casey, that they never cast you as an engineer. It was a valiant effort.
Sorry, guys. It worked on TV. Is it local enough for you?
Sure, absolutely.
Good? Yeah?
This looks like it's going to be the place?
I think this is the place.
I think this is the place, too.
Let's
This
go.
is a nice
Let's
place.
eat.
A cruise ship full of food, and what do? Go ashore to eat.
Plantain, no. Have a bite of that.
Mission accomplished.
Fantastic.
Time to head back to base. But things started to go wrong as we began a fast and turbulent shuttle ride back to the Vaughn Dam.
We're all going to die!
A look back to the stern explained why.
As you can see, Chase's career has taken a big turn lately.
Eventually, we made it back. Alive.
You know, this is a really, really terrific boat. And we got a great room, too. Come on in, I'll show you. This is it. This is our suite. This is where we hang out when we're not, you know, interviewing the actors and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. It's big. There's a couch and a couple of beds, and it's really neat. And this, of course, is our wonderful bathroom area. We get these great robes, and it's a really big room. We got closets for everything. And this, of course, is our bathroom.
On the dock of the bay. Oh, hi. Sorry, guys.
What are you doing in my bathroom?
Well, I thought it was a free cruise. I've got 48 more cabins to do. Could you please close the damn door? Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Do you iron?
What? Yes, I do.
Great.
Just leave it outside. I'll be with you
All
in a
right,
second.
I got some shirts that need
What the hell is this?
Thanks, Ethan.
Coming up next, more with Ethan Phillips, if he's got time.
Close the door.
CruiseTrek log, stardate 211109.4. Our next mission entailed having photo representations of ourselves taken with the special guests on board for future reminiscing. But these folks aren't just pretty faces. They revealed more of their hidden talents. They can sing. They can dance. And even do stand-up comedy.
Well, you can't wear glasses with no ears. His father says, no, it's because you're All right, I'll do that.
Okay, maybe we can't show you more of Ethan's jokes, but we can show more of him discussing Star Trek.
I sang a Vulcan funeral dirge in one episode, and it was just written in the script. Neelix sings Vulcan funeral dirge. So on the script, on the day of shooting it, I just sung some stupid thing, and I had to join ASCAP. Do you associate? What's that mean?
Because you wrote it.
Because I wrote it, and to this day I still get checks for like 2 cents and 3 cents from ASCAP. I go to the teller and he says, "How do you want that? Heads or tails?"
And here's Ethan on the subject of food.
I haven't eaten this much since last week. I never have a 10th helping of bread pudding, but here I did. I had a wristwatch on each arm. They were in different time zones. I was putting mayonnaise on aspirin. I remember seasoning my food with food. I had smaller fat men orbiting around me.
Eventually, it was time for our final away mission.
Okay, so here we are, another away mission. This is Cozumel, Mexico, and once again, I seem to have been separated from my CruiseTrek friends. Where could they... Oh, I know where to find them.
It was here we discovered strange new life. Man, was there life. Of course, as intergalactic representatives of CruiseTrek, we deemed it necessary to indulge ourselves in these otherworldly customs, culminating in the inevitable Cozumelian rite of passage. Boy, did I take one.
Sir, the doctor will be with you in a moment.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Llyr, what seems to be the problem?
You're the doctor?
Yes. No, I'm only qualified to practice medicine on fictional characters, but I think I can make this exception.
Okay, this is kind of surreal.
This is kind of a primitive biobed, but I believe I'm supposed to do this so that everything penetrates simply through your sick stomach and nothing actually goes back to damage your spine in any way. All right, now I'm going to turn this on just for a second. You make certain that you don't move, all right?
Oh, okay, not moving.
Zhik, zhik. No. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Zhik, zhik, zhik. Okay, that'll be fine. Now just come out here and we'll develop that and see what it looks like. I'm afraid, Mr. Llyr, that the results from the bioscan are not necessarily conclusive. So what I think I'm going to do is give you something to absorb the excess stomach acid. And I think if you were to probably just to eat 3 or 4 of these, that should do it. And I think what you need is some bed rest. So I'll see you in the morning.
CruiseTrek log supplemental. The doctor's remedy has restored me to my full partying potential. Final mission, closing night festivities.
What was your favorite moment of the whole week?
Without a doubt, the pajama party. It had to be
Absolutely, the pajama party.
The hot and steamy pajama party.
I love the entertainment part, the part where all the actors get on board and do their special thing.
Did you have a great time on the cruise?
I had a fantastic time. This exceeded all my expectations. It's my first one, and it's just wonderful.
One of the best vacations I ever had.
And have you had to travel far? Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver in Canada.
Excellent, Canadian.
It was just too much fun for too many people.
There's a lot of participation from the actors. They work so hard and they really make the CruiseTrek something special for the fans.
Not only did the fans appreciate the actors appreciated the fans.
The good thing about the cruises, other than all these great sights you get to see, are the fans. They are just so sweet, you know, and they're so appreciative of us being here.
Well, and they know that they're going to be seeing you over the course of a week or 10 days, depending on the length of the cruise, so that you don't have that feeling of, you know, that they have to take the opportunity that moment.
It's so much fun. I mean, it's a great working vacation. The fans are really incredibly sweet, and it's actually come to be a bit of a family.
I think it's a great way to have a real intimate experience with the people who have been on the show, and for the fans also, I think. I'll do it again.
Ethan appreciated the fans as well, but also enjoyed one other thing.
The gambling was a lot of fun.
Did you win anything?
No. No, in fact, I lost $20 in the stamp machine, which I found frightening.
Everybody had a great time. I had a terrific time. If you have the means, I highly recommend it. It's not quite over yet for me. I'm going to go back and do a bit more partying, but I'll leave you with this.
I got a Cardassian neck, what the heck, wearing Klingon shoes. They give me the blues, I love the Herigen hunt. My board can be blunt, I got Betty and Flash. I'm such a mesh, I got the blues. I got the Enterprise blue, blue as I can be. You took off into space and you took off without me. Oh, come on, give me a forehead, put me back on TV.